Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 138 on the Mana Leak. I'm John as always, and we've got ourselves a pack of Rivals of Ixalan. We're going to crack it open and see what's in there and see what we would take pack one, pick one, if this was a draft. Up first, we have a Spire Winder. Spire Winder is 3 and a blue for a creature. Snake gets a 2/3 with flying. It's got Ascend. If you have the City's Blessing, it's a 3/4 flyer. Spire Winder's fine. I'll probably usually play at least the first 2 copies of it. I'll never first pick it, though. Up next is Brazen Freebooter. Brazen Freebooter's 3 and a red for a 3/3 creature human pirate. It makes a treasure when it enters the battlefield. It's fine. I'm fine with the first copy, but I'm never going out of my way. It's a very late pick. Divine Verdict is up next. 3 and a white for an instant. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. It's decent enough removal. It is conditional. You have to do it in combat, but it hits on both sides, which is nice, but 4 mana has just always felt like a lot. This should be a good card. I just haven't found myself picking it very highly lately. Yeah, not sure what's going on with it, but I don't think I'd ever really feel happy first picking it. Aggressive Urge is up next. 1 and a green for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Draw a card. It's fine. If you're in green and if you've got a spot, you'll play it, but it's really far from a first pick. We got a Canal Monitor. 4 and a black for a creature lizard 5/3. That's it. I feel really bad if I ever have to play one of these. Luckily, I haven't had to yet. This is pretty darn close to last pick. Exalted Sky Marcher is a card that I guess I'd feel okay first picking. It would definitely be a weak pack, but I'd feel okay, I guess. It's a 2/3 flyer for 1 white, creature vampire soldier. It's all the right creature types and stats and abilities for the cost. It's a really good card. Boy, I guess we're going to keep it in frame, but if we have to first pick this, it means this pack is bad. Up next is Shatter. Continuing the plan that this pack is bad. 1 and a red for an instant destroy target artifact. There's just no artifacts that you are deathly afraid of. You can side this in if you're up against, I don't know. The Compass, I guess, is kind of annoying if it flips, but by the time it flips, you can't use this anymore. Shatter just doesn't really have a home. Tillinolli's Crown is a card that I've been very happy with. 1 and a red for an enchantment aura. When Tillinolli's Crown enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to the enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and has trample. Unfortunately, there's a lot of red creatures that die to this. You can't throw this on a Goblin Trailblazer unless it's gotten bigger somehow, but I have thrown it on a Goblin Trailblazer, and it has been gross, FYI. Yeah, Tillinolli's Crown I really enjoy. I'd never first pick it, but I'm pretty happy playing this in pretty much every red deck I've ever played. Deadeye Rig Hauler is up next. 3 and a blue for a creature human pirate. It's a 3/2. It's got raid. When it enters the battlefield, you get to bounce a target creature if you attack that turn. This has been good. It turns out that second main phase bounce is actually decent in this format. There is very much a tempo kind of game going on here. Plus, there's a lot of stuff with counters and enchantments, and bouncing those feel really good. So Deadeye Rig Hauler has been fine. I don't think it's ever a first pick. I'd probably feel really bad if I first picked it, unlike the Exalted Sky Marcher, where I just feel a little bit bad. So Deadeye Rig Hauler's coming out of frame. Our last common is Strider Harness. 3 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Equipped for 1 generic mana. I played this in a Path of Metal deck, and it still wasn't worth it there, and that's like one of the best case scenarios. So I'm not really happy with Strider Harness. It's just too ineffectual. It's not really worth a card, unfortunately. If it was somehow free, I always had it in play. It didn't cost me a card slot, sure, but costing a card, really expensive. Our first uncommon is Sea Red. 1 and a red for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and has first strike. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't attack with a creature this turn, sacrifice Sea Red. But if you're in the deck that plays this card, you're probably never, ever, ever not attacking. So this enchantment isn't going to go away. I like Sea Red. I like it a fair bit. I'd feel horrible if I first picked it, but I do like picking it a little bit highly the second that I've kind of taken 1 or 2 aggressive creatures, and that's going to be my path. So it's not going to stay in frame here, but I do really like a Sea Red. Enter the Unknown is our next uncommon. A single green mana for a sorcery. Target creature you control explores. You may play an additional land this turn. This just is not good. I had hopes for this being good. I don't know why I didn't think about the fact that you need a creature down, which means this is a turn 2 play at the earliest, and more likely a 3 or a 4. This just doesn't do enough. Doesn't do enough at all. Not at sorcery speed. Getting the extra land's not that great. it doesn't do anything. This is basically a last pick card. Our last uncommon is Forerunner of the Coalition. This is a first pickable card. 2 and a black for a 2/2 creature human pirate. When it enters the battlefield, you can find a pirate and put it on top of your library. And whenever another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. This can do some serious damage over the course of a game. If you get 2 of these, which I did in one draft, it can do ludicrous amounts of damage. I like a Forerunner of anything. All the Forerunners are great, and they're all first picks in my mind and really kind of put you down that path right from the start. So I'd feel pretty okay first picking a Forerunner of the Coalition. Our rare, by which I mean mythic, is Azor the Lawbringer. 2 white, white, blue, blue for a legendary creature Sphinx. It's a 6/6 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instant or sorcery spells during that player's next turn. That's not that important. Any instance that they're going to play on your turn, either this one or the next one. And any sorceries that they were going to play, they'll play the next turn. It's not that big of a deal. The big deal is whenever it attacks, you can pay X white, blue, blue. And if you do, gain X life and draw X cards, you get to cast Sphinx's Revelation every time this attacks. Although realistically, this thing's attacking like twice and the game's over. So it's not that amazing, but it will just kind of give you that inevitability that the game is going to end either through Azor or through the, I don't know, 6, 12 cards you've drawn. Yeah, Azor is great, and I think just kind of smashes this pack. I don't think Exalted Sky Marcher gets to be talked about here. I think it is between Forerunner or Azor the Lawbringer. And I think I'm just on Azor the Lawbringer at most levels. At the uttermost competitive, I might consider the Forerunner just because this is hard to cast, and I have to be blue-white. You are not splashing for Azor at all. So Forerunner might be the true competitive pick. But in everything less than the Pro Tour, I'm taking Azor the Lawbringer. Let me know what you would take down below in the comments. Would you take the Forerunner, the Azor? Would you take the Sky Marcher? Is there something else you like here? Let me know. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at TheManaLeak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at Facebook.com/TheManaLeak, Twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, and Patreon.com/TheManaLeak. If you like the content, click that thumbs up button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.